Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Wednesday. I am so glad to be with you all. I hope you've had a great week. I'm excited to be live with you all today. I am Dr. Tsitsi, and today I have an opportunity to connect with you all. I would love to hear from you all. If you are joining us, feel free to comment in the chat today and say hello and where you are located. And as we begin today, I want to introduce myself, who I am, and this is an opportunity as well, if you have any questions as well, to feel free to comment in the chat. I come to you today because many of you may have at times seen me talk a little bit about my story, where I started being a dentist by trade and transitioning into entrepreneurship. And I will tell you, it's been a journey. And I always love to share when people come up to me and ask, whether it's a speaking engagement or even in everyday life, hey, you're a dentist by trade. How did you become the chief executive of Higher Mountaintops? And I wanted to give you all an opportunity to hear from me today and for me to unpack a little bit more, because it speaks into this idea of no matter where you are in your journey today, whether you may have had some goals in January and maybe you're contemplating transition into something else. It could be a new career, a new one, or looking to advance within your workplace. Today is really going to speak into that. And I hope that as I share my story today and my journey, that it also creates that sense of, hey, this is possible as well for me. And then I will also be sharing some tools with you all. I am a dentist by trade, and my journey to becoming chief executive of Higher Mountaintops began in 2021. I was at the height of my career as a dental professional, and I found myself going from 2020, where I had that opportunity to pause and then transition into 2021, back to normal. I found myself at a crossroads. And what do I mean by that? I found myself at a point where I was seeking a new direction, and in many ways feeling lost, confused, and wondering, what is it that I'm here for? What is it that I'm really supposed to be doing here? And I want to give you all an opportunity as you're tuning in today to think about if that question has come to your mind. If you've thought about that, maybe in the last year or maybe during the pandemic, whether or not you've had that sense of questioning, is where I am in alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing? And then also, what is my purpose? Why am I here? I say all of that to say I was at that point in 2021 at the height of my career as a dental professional, and I had this thought that came to me, and it said, you know what, Tsitsi, you're going to continue to add value. You're going to continue to add value as a dental professional and share your knowledge and your expertise and add value in that capacity. But there's seemed to be something more that I was supposed to do. And I didn't know exactly what it was. And I found myself through a series of steps that I took. I eventually joined the Maxwell leadership team through a Google search. And as I Googled through that, I came across the website and I thought, you know what, this might be a good opportunity for me to plug in and network. And then fast forward through that network, I ended up getting connected with one of the co-founders at the time of the Black Entrepreneurs Institute. And then fast forward, I was invited to what they called the Connecting Collab. It was meant to be for aspiring entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. And I thought, well, I'm not an entrepreneur, but I'm interested in networking, and sure, I will attend. And that open-mindedness that I had led me on that journey step by step to where I am. I went to the Connecting Collab, and I would go on to meet one of my mentors as I was in one of the breakout rooms with him. I added him on Facebook, and I thought, let me just see what he's about. What is he doing? How he's navigating his own role as the chief executive of, LaFleur Leadership Institute. I'm speaking of Cedric LaFleur. And as time went on, I went on to meet my other mentor, Dr. Nicole Rankin. Fast forward, they had a boot camp that they were offering, and it was meant for entrepreneurs. And I remember going on the website and thinking, well, I'm not an entrepreneur, but something had me honing in on the website. And I thought to myself, what do you have to lose, Tsitsi? Go ahead. Maybe this might be an opportunity to take a class, a hobby, something to occupy my time. I'm sharing all of this candidly because I ended up signing up for the boot camp very much open-minded, and you see the domino effects each time I'm making a decision, taking the next best step, following the nudge within. Fast forward, I ended up in the boot camp. It was a 60-day boot camp. And as I navigated through that boot camp, what came about was no longer just me having an opportunity to learn something that would add value to me for 60 days. But through those 60 days in 2021 of the fall, what happened was a transformation in going from having an idea of, hey, maybe I am interested in starting a business, to then having the birth of higher mountaintops. And then also there was the personal transformation, allowing me to be in a space where I could gain more awareness of also mindset as well as opportunities that were available for me. And through those 60 days, I will say that the trajectory of my life forever changed. And I use that word because everything shifted after those 60 days. Upon completing the boot camp in 2021 in December, I remember thinking, I know that I'm supposed to be obviously moving forward and helping to add value with those who I am to serve as the chief executive of Higher Mountaintops. But then also, I knew there was some growth within me, and that I wanted to continue to surround myself with like-minded people and continue to move on. And I say from that day, now, nearly 4 years later in September, it'll be 4 years later, continuing on this mission to help early professional women like you who may be tuning in, who are looking at what is the next best step that I ought to take at this time. Do I go left? Do I go right? Or maybe those options may not be as clear to you. You may be thinking, I don't even know, Dr. Tsitsi, what the options are. I'm just wondering what to do because right now I am at a crossroads and I feel some degree of feeling stuck. How many of you all currently feel that? Really take some time to think through that. And it is okay to think about where you are currently in your journey if you're joining today. Or maybe that thought periodically crosses your mind and you're like, you know what? I feel like there's something more for me, but then you get back into the groove of things. It's Wednesday, you're like, let's just go ahead and keep going. It's Thursday, Friday, and then it's TGIF, right? but then something is still nudging you, telling you it is time to move on, maybe? Or perhaps a voice could be telling you to reach out to somebody. Reach out to somebody and follow up on that nudge that you had to apply for this job, to apply for this next best opportunity, this promotion. But something is holding you back. Something is holding you back from stepping into that, what I call more. And yet, you're torn, you're thinking maybe I will just kind of keep going and hopefully it gets better and I will settle and maybe this is it, right? I shared my story earlier because number one, when we are at a crossroads and thinking about what is the next best step, I want to encourage you to think about really, really pausing and thinking about what is the next best step that you could take. Okay? What is the next best step that you could take? If there's that voice right now saying, you're not sure exactly what to do, but there's the next best step to take. The nudge could be telling you, like I said, to reach out to somebody. Or the nudge could be saying, you know what, I saw that message from somebody and they said, you know what, I should do X, Y, and Z, and I've been holding off on that. Or on the 28th, I have my webinar that I'm doing. And maybe you saw the email and you thought, oh, wow, this seems to be really good. She's talking about the C.A.L.M method. I'm not really sure what that's about, but you know what? This seems to be speaking to me. I'm at a crossroads and I would like to better understand how to evaluate my options. But you know what? Next Wednesday, I am not sure. Maybe I will just figure it out on my own. Maybe that's what the nudge is saying, is to plug in, join us next week, give it an opportunity, and get some help and guidance, learning, be in that learning environment to learn more. Perhaps that is the nudge. I want to encourage you to take some time. Let's take a moment to give you some time to think about what that nudge could be telling you. And when you think about that, if you're like, it's not coming to me, I would encourage you to take some time, take some time today. Take some time today and the days ahead to think about what is that next best step that I could take. Because as I mentioned to you, the plan itself and the full way in which things will unfold may not be clear to you, but perhaps the next best step to take could be the best thing to do right now. I took those steps in 2021 when I went on and I decided, you know what, let me join the Maxwell leadership team. That was the next best step after I felt that I was at a crossroads and was looking for more. The next best step after that was when I received the invitation to connect with Connect and Collab. And it put me in an environment where I could be with other like-minded people. And that was the next best step back in June 2021. And then after that, the next best step was for me to go on the Black Entrepreneurs Institute website and to scroll through and decide, you know what, let me go ahead and invest in myself. And sure, I will sign up for this boot camp. And maybe it'll be an opportunity for me to also gain something, learn some new knowledge. And then the next best step was for me to continue to show up week after week after week after week after week and to trust the process. And then ultimately, follow the vision and the voice within that said, yes, Tsitsi, There is more. There is more for you, and higher mountaintops. Higher is waiting for you. And I would not be here had I not followed each of those voices, each of those next best steps, nudges that came to me saying, yes, take the next step here. Take the next step right here. Go this way, go that way. But it started with step by step. And so I want to encourage you today, wherever you are in your journey, to think about what that next best step is today. And as I mentioned earlier, I would like to provide you all with an opportunity as well. Next Wednesday, I will be hosting an opportunity for you to learn more about how to assess your options. When you're at a crossroads, if you're feeling perhaps you set those goals, are you feeling you set those goals in January? Yes, yes, yes. This year I am going to step into this new position and apply for that job. And yet it is August 20th and you're thinking, still haven't done it. Still haven't reached out. Something is holding you back. And you daydream day after day, day after day, day after day, but something is holding you back. You're not sure exactly why. I encourage you to join us next Wednesday, where we will help you to delve more into how to help you as it relates to transitions and decision making. Or perhaps you are at a point where, you know what, Dr. Tsitsi, I'm not really sure exactly what I would like to do, but right now I feel there's something more. Next Wednesday's session is for you. And the link will be in the chat. Wednesday, August 28th. Join us. And where we will be discussing the calm way to your next career move. And we will be discussing if you are in a season where you are looking to assess your options, figure out what is the next best step with clarity and confidence, and to help you begin to shift from indecision to action. Even if you're unsure what the right path is, join us next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we will be beginning our session and helping you to begin those first steps to help you to step into more. And it begins with a decision. And perhaps that next best step would be, you know what? I think I need to be a part of that session next Wednesday. I am looking forward to adding value to you all next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, together helping you to move the calm way with clarity and helping you as well to assess your options. And that is where we will begin. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. Click on the link below and join us today. We are a week away from the webinar, and it will certainly help you to move forward to your next best step and helping you as well to assess your options and begin to move forward on what it is that you desire to have, and ultimately helping you, as I say, to move towards that higher mountaintops. It has been a pleasure to be with you this evening, and I look forward to having you all join us next Wednesday for the webinar to help you move from indecision to clarity and confidence in your career. Take care and have a great night. Remember to click the link below and subscribe to my YouTube channel to learn more and continue on with these updates for more videos in the future. Take care and have a great night. Bye-bye.